Hello and welcome to tonight's weather update. It's 9:30, October 23rd, 2020, and another yucky day again across the area. Another warm night, 63 at Farmingdale. The dew point is 60, and as far as most of the island goes, we tried to break out in some sun again, and then the clouds kind of rolled in again. So we got up to 69. Despite all the clouds, we still managed to get up to 69. Of course, it was damp, and of course, there was some drizzle around. And we'll see that again tonight. Fog and drizzle. What else is new? Stuck in the misery here. And so let me just look at the other observation here that we'll get. Alright, that's not loading, so let's try this. Oh, well, yeah. Alright, we'll go back. Actually, we'll go back to this. Let's see. I want to see if it was warmer in Jersey, because it looked like the sun might have come out over there. So 63 in Toms River right now. Let's see what it got up to. 70, so they didn't really see much sun either. Late fog drizzle, even a little bit of 0.01 of rainfall there. So just kind of a yucky day all around. Looking at the high-resolution satellite, you'll notice here is Epsilon. You'll also notice some dark, I guess that's smoke. I don't know where that smoke came from. I guess it might have come from Colorado. I don't know. But it got sucked into the jet stream here, and you can see that looks like smoke right there. So we got some smoke out there. Yeah, what a mess. This is Epsilon right there. Still looking quite wound up. But you can see, when you look at our area, we were just sitting this cloud, literally this arc of clouds that continues to sit over us. But we dealt with it again today. So another gloomy day with plenty of clouds around across the area. Let's look at some other satellite imagery here so you can get an idea of what happened today. You can see this, the way this arc is just sitting here. I'm going to go to the 96 frame one so you can get an idea of this arc that's just been sitting over us here. There, it just sits over us. It's not moving at all. It's just an arc of clouds that's been sitting over us for days already. The air is very stagnant. There's no movement. However, you will notice there is a cold front approaching from the west. So the whole blocking pattern with Epsilon and this ridge over here that's been around it will finally start to break down, and we'll start to see some changes. First, we'll talk about Epsilon. So we also have this area here, which has a very strong chance of tropical storm for a cyclone formation south of Cuba again. So let's get the latest on Hurricane Epsilon, though. So this is the map for Hurricane Epsilon. You can see they still have it. They still have it going out. Literally, it looks like it's heading for Europe right now. Luckily, it doesn't hit anyone, but it is heading for Europe. Let's look at the public advisory here. Epsilon is forecast to remain a hurricane for the next couple of days over the central Atlantic Ocean. So it's quite far north. But as of 5 p.m., location 35.5 north. 61.7 west, about 285 miles northeast of Bermuda. Maximum sustained winds 85 miles an hour, moving north at 12 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure is 868 millibars, or 28.59 inches. Location, we already went over that. It could start losing tropical characteristics on late Sunday. So hurricane force winds extend outward only up to 15 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward to 275 miles from the center. So the core is very compact. So let's take a look at the latest, and it's starting to get a little bit of an extra tropical look already, I think, as it's starting to move north. We'll see. You still see blow-ups of convection around. So while it's got a little bit of a different look to it, it's still a hurricane, and you can still see in this compact area right around the eye is where the hurricane force winds are. So the hurricane force winds are a very small part of the storm, but the tropical storm force winds are quite a large part of the storm, and we already saw what it looked like on the visible, so I'm not going to go and look at that. And as far as the models go on this storm, we will look at that, and then we also have to look at that other area that's forecast developed. So these are the global models, and look at that. Some of them take it close to Iceland, some of them loop around Greenland, some of them take it toward Europe, and this got to be watched. It's going to remain intact for quite a while. Which again is quite unusual. This is the GFS ensembles, by the way. Some of them actually have it getting deeper as an extratropical system. Looking at the intensity guidance on here, a lot of them just keep it similar and then start to weaken it in a couple of days, it'll start its weakening process down to a tropical storm and go extratropical. So let's go look at the other storm here. Let's see if they've got, I guess it's 21W. Is that the one? I don't even have it on here. Or is it 95L Invest? Yeah, it's 95L Invest. So this is the one here that they're watching. For the next, this would be Zeta. So this would probably become Zeta. And we could see this form very shortly. It looks like it's getting... It looks weak, but it definitely looks like a tropical depression starting to get together. And looking at some of the... Oh, what? 96L Invest. What happened here? I had 96L Invest, and then it just decided to... Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so these are some of the models here. We'll do this. We'll right-click it so we don't lose the page again. And this kind of tracks it all over the place. Some track it into the Gulf, some track it over Florida. Too early to tell, really, right now, what's going to happen with that. This is the intensity guidance. So some of these do take it up to a tropical storm. Probably won't be a huge system, but you know, we've seen how things change. But here we are at Zeta, and we're not done yet. We're going to go past Zeta for sure this year. I would be very surprised if we didn't, considering. So let's go to the models here, and we'll go ahead and we will look at our change again. We're going to change this to the North American view and the upper air. And there is Epsilon, and there is what's going to become Zeta. So let's go look at the upper air here. So there's Epsilon. You can see it stays fairly deep, but it stays out in the ocean and then kind of gets pulled in and gets absorbed into the, becomes extratropical, definitely after Sunday or Monday. But it still could have some tropical characteristics or some kind of hybrid. But you'll notice we're still kind of dealing with this ridge in the east. Kind of flattens a little bit, then it builds back ahead of the next trough, and then finally we see that trough come through. Wednesday, Thursday, we finally get that cool down that we need. But guess what? After that, the ridge builds back, but then another trough develops and then cuts off over there. That could be a coastal storm or possibly evolve into a tropical system, but this is a ways away. And there you go. There's another storm that's forming over there. Let's go to the surface. Well, look at the European, I guess, and then we'll go to the surface. Let's look at the European. Here's the European. Similar idea here. So pretty much similar idea. The Euro, though, actually no. Once we get toward next week, the Euro is completely different. Doesn't want to bring the trough through at all. Has very flat, and then it has this cutoff piece right here. That's over the in west. So the European and the GFS once again are diverging as we get past 5 days or so, I guess. So let's go back to the GFS. We'll look at the surface. So here we go. Here's the surface map on the GFS, and you'll see there's Epsilon there. For us, you see we have that cold front come through, get stuck to the south, then the next system forms, and we may not even stay dry most of Sunday. Now, we were hoping that we would, but stall front's just, you know, going to be bugging us. We're going to be dealing with more. The stall front syndrome is going to last Tuesday, Wednesday. We finally start getting it out of it later Wednesday, hopefully, and Thursday and Friday when this high builds in. Although, you know, but this stall front syndrome is very, very stubborn and really super annoying. And there is a coastal low that would form there. It looks like a coastal low that would form, not a tropical low. But you can see some tropical lows forming down there. So that's pretty much what it's looking like. Let's get a little closer to our region here. You know, we were hoping that this front would pass far enough to the south. But you see, look what happens. We might be dealing with rain Sunday evening. It's just this freaking pattern. We cannot get a break. We cannot get one sunny day out here. You know, waiting for a sunny day. It's like ridiculous. You know, it's cloudy every single day. It feels like we're in London here. It's horrible. Like I said, we're gonna have to wait till Thursday till we actually see the sun again, which is ridiculous. Um, this pattern is absolutely just horrible, horrible, horrible pattern. These are the kind of patterns that make me go crazy. All right, I can't deal with them, and they're not normal. They're not normal. All right. That is the GFS. Let's look at the NAM and see how the NAM 12 kilometer goes. I'm not even going to look at the 0Z1. Let's see if the 18Z NAM is a little more hopeful in keeping us dry on Sunday. So here comes the front through, but it stalls to the south. You get a wave of low pressure. It could bring some rain showers to Jersey, but maybe we'll stay dry on Long Island. But then the rain starts. Literally, you can't even get the damn front far enough south. You can have one damn dry day. Ridiculous. But if you can, go upstate. I'm still gonna have nice weather, northern New England, and there'll be some nice weather up there. But for us, we're just dealing with this garbage pattern that we've been dealing with that damn ridge. You'd think once that Epsilon passed, things would change, and things do. We start getting a front. The front moves a little more closer, but then it stalls on top of us. Instead of stalling to our 200 to 300 miles to our northwest, it stalls right on top of us. So we can't get the fronts through. It's stall front syndrome, and it's highly abnormal to see this pattern continue for so long. But this is all stagnant weather due to climate change, which obviously, if you saw last night, the Orange Monster doesn't really believe this is a priority. All right, it's a weather update. I'll rant about him another time. Let's go and take a look at the temperatures. And I'll be putting this back to the GFS, by the way, to get an idea of what happened. So here's the GFS for tomorrow. Very mild night tonight. The sun tries to come out. Maybe we'll see the sun tomorrow. Maybe not. Every day the sun tries to peek out. You get a little bit, and then the clouds come right back in again with this marine layer that we've been dealing with. So temperatures will reach the mid-70s tomorrow. It will be a lot cooler on Sunday, struggling into the upper 50s, mid to upper 50s. It's going to feel cooler, especially if the sun never comes out. Probably won't make it out of the low to mid-50s, so it'll feel quite chilly. And then we're dealing with stall front syndrome again. You see the front sitting on top of us, a little warm air there, but then the front kind of sinks to the south. Raw day on Tuesday, probably wet. And then same thing for Wednesday. Again, the front's just to our south. With waves of low pressure riding along it, and yet more rain. I think we might be gunning for the wettest October on record here. We keep it up, and here we go for Thursday. We're getting close to the low 60s, and then the next front comes through, and it really drops. Friday, we may only be in the mid 40s, so it will get colder. That's sure. We will see some shots of cold air. Hopefully, some shots of cold air with sunshine. That would be nice. That would be nice. I know it's a lot to ask for lately. That would be nice. So here we go into Friday. I get very irritable in these patterns. These patterns are very bad for me mentally. Really are. Here we go. The dew points. You see, there's that front. So the dew points actually start coming down probably later in the afternoon. The dew points will start dropping from the 60s into the 50s and through to the 30s by the evening. It's going to feel a lot nicer. But you can see what happens. That front gets hung up just to the south, so we have the low dew points, and then you can see what we're dealing with here with that front kind of just sitting to our south. Tuesday, and then finally we get rid of it by Thursday. Finally we move this damn front out and look at that nice, dry, cold air that we're going to get for Friday. I am really looking forward to this. October 30th. That's how long we have to wait. Ridiculous. So let's go look at the skies. I'm sure you're not going to... Nothing new here. Probably stuck in the clouds tomorrow. Yep. So see what happens? We never get out of the clouds. We're not going to see the sun at all. No sun tomorrow. No sun Sunday. No sun Monday. No sun Tuesday. No sun Wednesday. Thursday, we finally start to see the sun again. But you could still see this front hung up to the south. Hopefully Long Island will see the sun. I mean, we were originally supposed to get some sunshine on Sunday, and then the model just changes its mind. Because, again, this is not normal what we're seeing. So here's Friday. You can still see that front sitting there to the south, but luckily we're clearing it out, and then hopefully by the weekend we clear it out even more. Here's Halloween Saturday. So, this pattern is just garbage. Just garbage pattern we're in. It's enough to drive you absolutely nuts. It really is. Um, so let's look at the NAM. And we keep getting into these patterns. It's just all the time. So here's the NAM. NAM's a little more optimistic about seeing some sun Sunday. It won't be a clear day, but we might see the sun. Saturday, you can forget about it. Maybe we'll see a peak of sun later in the afternoon on Saturday. For Sunday, maybe we get some sun. It's more likely north. Head to Connecticut or upstate New York. You might get some sunshine. Maybe there's some colors out there to check. Maybe that's what I should be doing on that day, maybe. Because I'm going mad from this weather. I literally cannot deal with these cloudy spells. They're not normal to have so many cloudy spells here. But again, this is all due to the warmer ocean causing fronts to stall out, a weaker jet stream, all that stuff. I will look at one more model, and that is the RGEM for skies. Yeah, RGEM is, forget about it. Clouds us over all Sunday. So originally this front was supposed to be further south. This low pressure system was supposed to be further to the south, but no. And no drying from Epsilon. We're still stuck in the arc of clouds tomorrow until the cold front comes through. But by the time it comes through, the sun is already set. So yeah, it's just god-awful pattern that we're in. A god-awful pattern that we are in right now. I do want to go and look at, we're going to go back to the north of, let's go to the Conus view, and I want to look at the upper winds to show you what's wrong here. So you can get an idea of what's wrong. Where's the jet stream? It's all the way in Canada. This is the problem. So you are seeing some dips, but again, look at how wavy this jet stream is. You get this wave here, a trough. It's very diffuse, and then look at that. I mean, that is not a normal looking jet stream at all whatsoever. So this is the problem we have. This is all due to Arctic amplification. The Arctic being warmer than ever, and this is what we're seeing. This is what you're seeing. That you have a president that wants to keep burning fossil fuels. And I'm going to rant about it because I'm going to rant about it. All right? Because he wants to keep burning fossil fuels, which Joe Biden realizes that we've got to phase out the use of fossil fuels. We must do it. Then you have somebody with an IQ of negative 100 sitting there. I mean, Trump's got an IQ of negative 1,000,000. All right? He's the dumbest jerk I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry, I really am, but to deny what you're seeing, I mean, it's just unbelievable. Meanwhile, we could see what the weather's like in Flagstaff. I bet they have some nice weather, of course. Let's see what they have. Oh, well, yeah, it's cold there. It's actually going to be cold, but they do have some clouds, partly sunny, but then they go sunny. But they have a chance of snow showers, believe it or not, so at least it's cold there. This disgusting humidity is just garbage. It's just garbage. So that is going to wrap up this weather update. I'm sorry for the ranting, but this weather is driving me absolutely crazy. So thank you for watching, and take care.